to another fabulous episode of JenLoveity.com. I'm Jen, and I have a super great video blog post for you today. It's going to be a little bit longer than normal because I have so much information to share with you. But first, I have to introduce you to somebody. This is Toby. Toby is the newest addition to the Love Lady family. Toby, say hi. Isn't he so cute? And yes, he's a puppy. He's only 3 pounds. He's a little terrier. And it's like having a 5th child. For those of you who know me, I was raised on a farm, so we grew up with chickens and we always had dogs and tons of cats and a horse. And so when I got married, I was like, I'm so not doing animals. So we really have not done pets except like goldfish, which that's like the best pet in the world to have is a goldfish. So now we have a puppy and it's only been a week and it's having a puppy. Yes, look at this. So anyway, this would be Toby and I'm sure you'll see him on other video blog posts. So, all right, he's going down. Okay, so here's what I have to share with you. I posted on Facebook about my big, ginormous trip to Costco. And so $650 later, I got back and all the kids were unloading Costco and I buy tons and tons and tons of bulk meat. So like probably 12 pounds of hamburger. Like Costco has a big pack of 6 pounds or 5 pounds of hamburger. Pork chops, there's like 15 pork chops, huge steaks, pork loin, all of it. So I buy a lot of meat. And then when I came home, all my kids were putting everything away. We had muffins and bagels and tons of stuff. But Costco for me is a little bit longer than most people because I have so much prep work to do when I get home. And here's what I mean. When I get back, very rarely do my kids get the muffins because they're like huge caloric intake. But when they get this special treat for the muffins, those Costco muffins are so huge that they just go to waste. So all of the muffins have to be, we split them in half. We leave the wrapper on, we just cut them in half and they all go in an individual bag and then they all go in a big Ziploc and they go in the freezer so the kids can pull just a half of a muffin out and put it in their lunch and then it's ready by the time lunchtime is. So all of the muffins have to be cut in half, individually bagged and then put into a big Ziploc freezer bag. But it really saves on the kids not being wasteful and everything's prepackaged for lunches, which I love. Same thing with bagels. Where are my bagels? Oh, here's bagels. So when we get bagels, and the kids use bagels for a lot. They could do it for breakfast sandwiches in the morning, or they could do it with cream cheese. They use them, they toast them and put butter on them. Same thing though, all of the bagels have to be cut in half, and then individually bagged, and then I put it in another Ziploc, and then Ziploc the whole thing up. So all the bagels have to be prepped, which is a big deal. So with the meat, what I do, and this is part of the whole idea of freezer cooking, if you've ever done that with a girlfriend where you buy tons of bulk food and then you have a day of cooking. Well, I don't do all of that. That's just way too time consuming for me. But I do the Costco way, which is I came home with like 12 pounds of hamburger. Well, I just cooked it all up. Instead of having, I can't use a big bulk of chunk of raw meat. So I cut it into pounds. And I used to just freeze that up, but now all I do is I cook it all up before. So I cooked, I don't know, probably 10 pounds of hamburger up. And 3 pounds went in this big bag because I was using it today to make 3 big batches of beef stroganoff, like our favorite homemade beef stroganoff. So I just had to cook up all 10 pounds. I put 3 pounds in this one, and that's for the beef stroganoff that I'm making today. And then the others were, there was like 3 pounds also of taco meat. So I added the taco seasoning and then just froze it and we'll just use it. And I sealed them up in individual 1 pound bags. So 1 pound of taco meat, but I have 3 of them because we have tacos at least once a month. So more like twice a month probably. So all of my hamburger was done, as well as I bought this ginormous pork loin. I mean, this baby was so big and I was able to get like, I think 3 meals of it. So maybe it was $16 for this huge pork loin. Well, when you split it into 3 different meals or even 2 meals, it was only $8 to feed my whole family. But here's the really big key. When I brought home all of the steak and all of the pork chops and all the pork loin and everything, I actually put it in, I split it. So the pork chops were 15 in a pack. Well, I don't need 15. I only need 5 to feed my family of 6. I mean, that's just how many we use because Ash and Kate's only 4. So I only wanted 5 pork chops, so it made 3 meals. I think it was $18 or $17 for all the pork chops. Well, here was the deal. I already knew what marinade I wanted on the pork chop. So I actually pulled out my recipe for my slow cooker pork chops. I mixed up the marinade, put it in the Ziploc, put 5 pork chops in, and froze it. There was no cooking on the day I bought all my Costco meat. But I do have my slow cooker pork chops that I'm supposed to cook for 6 to 8 hours, double bagged in Ziplocs and put in my freezer. Same thing, so the other part of the pork chops, another 5, I did my brown sugar pork chops or my sour cream pork chops. So I had lots of different marinades, and that's all I was doing that day on Costco, was throwing the marinade in the bag. Same thing with my steak. The steaks were huge. So I made marinated steaks. I put the raw meat in the bag, and then I put my marinade in it, and I froze it. So now when I pull out my steaks, they're all ready. Everything, all my meat is done this way. So when I posted on Facebook that I had prepared so many meals, it was all of the bulk meat with a recipe. Here's what I'll do for you guys. I will post my recipes. They're nothing special. I mean, brown sugar, pork loin, slow cooker pork chops, sour cream pork chops. They're amazing. I mean, they're good. So I'm going to go ahead and post all my recipes on my blog. So if you're watching this on Facebook or you're watching this on YouTube, you'll have to jump over to my blog, which is jenlovelady.com. It'll take me a couple days to post the recipes, but you can just do a search for my recipes, and I'll post all of them on there. But you guys, you can just Google any marinade for any meat. You're just throwing in, balsamic vinegar and soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce and just a bunch of stuff. So it's super easy. It makes my cooking for the month far easier. Anyway, that was that. I have Toby chewing on my shoe right now, so I need to go. But you guys all have a really great week, and I'll catch you on another blog post.